We're setting off on an epic Ontario road trip.
But winter van life has a whole set of its own challenges.
Actually, this is kind of dangerous. Whoa, that's a snowbank.
Canada, you're freaking difficult.
But we're doing our best to make the most of it.
This is the only one in the entire planet.
Biggest tootie I've ever seen in my life.
And doing it all with a baby and a dog.
We're learning how to travel with the baby.
I can respect that.
Our first impressions of winter van life in Canada?
Technically, it's illegal.
You won't see these coming.
But I gotta ask Frank, what do you want to do first? Adventure or food?
Ooh, you know my answer to that. My answer is always food. That way I have enough energy to adventure. Don't worry, she's not driving. She's just honking the horn.
All right, we're gonna get everybody strapped and loaded and hit the road.
Everly's getting locked in. Paco, you getting locked in? Peterborough?
Kind of.
Peterborough is the biggest town in the area, but we've got a few stops to make in the Kawartha Lakes on our way there. Known as the Land of Reflections, this area is home to over 250 lakes and a ton of delicious bakeries. But will it be as hospitable as the winter as it is spectacular in the summer?
We just pulled up to our first Canadian destination.
We got a smooth ride back here. So for the last little bit, Frankie's actually been working on renovating Sunny, and he's done an amazing job. So we'll show you guys that a little bit later. But for now, we've got our uniquely Canadian treat.
That's why we kept the lights dark back there, so you can't really see what's happening yet, you know?
Okay, so this is only available here in the whole world. This is the only one in the entire planet. It's the butter tart tour.
Wait, this is the butter tart tour? Okay, okay.
One of the stops along the butter tart tour. I think there's like 50.
What?
So
we're not going all 50, are we?
Well, would you like to?
I mean, yes, but no.
I picked the ones that were along our route.
Perfect. Ooh, look at all the goodies already. What's a score?
A score bar? A layer of toffee with a layer of chocolate.
Interesting. That sounds really good.
Yeah, it's very good.
I feel like that's like a toffee and chocolate. Is that a reason? That's what they call it in the States, I think. A reason, but it's dark chocolate.
It's a score. Hi, I'm in the market for a planter that says I love puppies, but only when they're really small. Oh, look. I want to drink them out of my teacup. Perfect. Just like in the UK, we've still got Highland cows. Hello.
Everything, what are you doing? You tucked behind that jacket there. These look wildly good, like freshly baked, like today.
They're like
Look at
popping.
them. That is impressive.
Before we dive into dessert, I think we have to eat some real food first, or we're gonna have some sugar tummy. So let's hit the cafe.
I'm gonna keep it simple, and I'm actually gonna go with the quiche.
Quiche,
Yeah, the ham and broccoli quiche.
Do you have tea biscuits right now?
Yep.
Can I have the potato leek soup and a tea biscuit? You sure can.
Can we share that? Tomato and that potato.
Yeah, we can share.
All right.
Share the soup?
Yeah, we're gonna share this.
Yeah. He just wants some. Is what he's saying.
Know.
He said, "Don't eat the whole soup without me. I'm gonna."
You know, I'm the
involve
type that
myself."
actually asks before. You know, that way if I have to, I order a second one. You know.
It's funny because I would have originally said that tea biscuits were British, but we didn't have a single tea biscuit in England.
I really don't remember having one at all. Like, the closest that we came was a scone or a scone.
But the thing about scones is that they are sweet usually, and so you would have them with jam and butter. But a tea biscuit isn't sweet at all. It's like a savory bread. So this is the tea biscuit. It kind of like flakes apart. So you can usually like open it pretty easily. And then you can put jam or whatever you want on here, or butter. But it's not savory at all. It's just like bread.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe it. That's a fork. I know.
But it is extremely fluffy. Like, the way it was baked was great, but it's missing a little bit of flavor for me.
You know what? I would disagree with the fact that it's lacking in flavor. I think that it's ready for the flavor of whatever you want to put on it.
Okay.
And it's a delicious vessel.
If that's the case, then you're 100% right about that.
It's like layers of butter and flaky goodness. How can you be mad?
I'm gonna try one of these regular butter tarts.
Invented in Ontario in the early 1900s, butter tarts are a classic Canadian treat you have to try.
Now Paco's in here. Look at this. You want some of this too, Emily?
Everybody's trying to get a butter tart.
Does it smell good? Yeah? Okay.
Classic plain. I feel like the pastry on these is super thicker than I'm used to.
I'm gonna give Everly some
also, really puffed up.
Come here, baby.
Like these are
really here.
hopping out of the top. Usually it's like concave.
Wanna try?
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, that's damn good. That's heavenly. This is the first one we're having on this tour. How do you beat this? So since we're in Canada, we actually still use our UF service. So sometimes it's kind of hard and we don't get as much data because of that.
Over the years, we've actually had a lot of trouble with our cell phones. When we were in Mexico, we spent an entire day at a Mexican cell phone store trying to get a SIM card, and it didn't even work.
It was pretty good. Do you remember that time in Costa Rica when we were on roaming and we racked up all that freaking roaming? Oh, that killed our pocketbook.
Killed our pocketbooks. So traveling with your cell phone, it should not be that complicated, and that's where Saily comes in. Saily is an eSIM card provider by the same team that brought you NordVPN. And it's a total game changer. You don't need a physical plastic card.
Not only does it work in hundreds of countries, but you don't even have to change your cell phone number. Oh.
Just download the app, scan the QR code, and you're instantly connected. It really is that easy. And since it's from the team at NordVPN, you know that you're safe while you're connected.
If you're tired of the hassle of all different SIM cards, get Saily. It will make your life so much easier when you're traveling. I need to make my life easier traveling by getting a step here and getting this baby in the car.
Check the link down below so you can stay connected wherever you go with Saily.
And right now, we're heading to our first Canadian destination for winter van life.
It's a beautiful bluebird day outside, which makes it a little bit colder. Usually when there's no like cloud cover, the air is colder. And so I'm taking us to somewhere that's going to probably accentuate that cold.
Huh. I have no idea where we're going.
So basically while Frank was doing all of this like work on the van, I was planning this little road trip. So all of this is to celebrate you becoming a permanent resident.
Woo!
And so this is Frank's official first Canadian road trip as a kind of Canadian.
Yeah, it is. That's pretty cool.
And I'm not sitting in my chair because I'm actually sitting with Everly because she's not very happy. But it's only a 4 more minute drive. It is pretty icy. We've got, woo. Oh my God, look, there, it's right there. It's right
That's pretty cool.
there. Let's do
That
it.
is pretty cool. I think you're gonna have to pick up Paco for it though, because it's corrugated and he's not gonna be able to walk on that.
Let's see. And he's giving up.
He's out. Yep.
All right, Mom to the rescue. Let's go.
Mom life. You hold that baby. I'll hold this baby.
Did you ever think our van life would be so full hands?
No.
Imagine if we had another baby too.
No. Well, someone would have to give, right? Either the baby or the dog, and we're not getting rid of the dog. I mean, the baby.
The Ranhee Gorge Suspension Bridge was opened in 2004 and stretches 300 feet across the Trent Severn River. At 30 feet high, this pedestrian-only bridge takes its name from the Ranhee family, early settlers in the area who played a significant role in the development of Campbellford, Ontario. While not much is known about the family, they got a waterfall and a bridge named after them, so they must have been pretty great.
Yeah, it definitely bounces. If you shake back and forth, you'll feel it too.
We've got the bridge to ourselves, but I think it's pretty rare. Obviously not that many people come here in the winter that come here in the summer, but I think we should try to shake the bridge.
Well, I was thinking like this. Yeah, look at it. You can see the whole thing shaking.
Oh,
We gotta go together at the same time.
oh yeah.
Get shaky.
Oh,
Get shaky.
shake it, bridge, shake
and
the
we
bridge.
jump up and down and get shaky. Whoa, that's cool.
Should we do a little wander?
Yeah, we do a small
A
wander.
little winter wander.
We went to Wonderland.
We'll say that's one thing I miss about being in the van more full time is that pretty much every day we would go for like a big walk or a big hike.
We wandered a lot.
We did a lot of wandering,
was a good
winter and otherwise.
Watch your face, watch your face. Alex is like, let me get a shot of her feet, and just nearly walked right into that branch. Look at that branch overhanging. Fish was, oh!
It's something else.
You did? Because you're
Well, that's because I'm trying to get the cool shots, guys.
pull shots and pay attention at the same time.
impossible.
Okay. happens when you go on a hike in Canada. You don't actually do hiking. You ice skate.
Only in the winter. In the summer, everything is glorious. I feel like people have this idea that Canada is always cold. Like I tell people, oh, I'm from Canada, and they're like, it's very cold there. I'm like, only half of the year? Maybe even a little bit less than half?
You know, it would have probably been smart to wear crampons here.
Yeah, actually, this is kind of dangerous. Let's go back to sunny. If you've never been to Ontario, you've probably never been to an LCBO.
Even though I've been here, I don't go to them at all.
Frank's not a big drinker, so this isn't necessarily a spot for him. But we are boondocking tonight, or mooch-docking actually. So I wanted to bring a little something for our hosts. Let's go get it. I think
Get in there.
you can only get in Ontario too.
Trip to the liquor store. Exactly.
Right?
Start them young.
It is your first trip to the liquor store.
Let's go.
Okay, so you might call it the LC, or you might call it the Lickbo.
Nobody calls it BO.
Nobody calls it the BO. No, the LCBO.
Whatever you call it, it's the world's largest alcohol retailer, and it's owned by the government of Ontario. With over 28,000 products, it earns over $2 billion a year.
No, you can't have it. She's going, bah, bah. Which one?
So the thing that I'm looking for, they only produce it a very small amount of the year, and it's only in very small batches, so I don't know if this place is gonna have it. Do you guys have any ice wine? No.
Tried to order one and it did not come in.
Okay. Is there anything that's like super Ontario?
Well, we got Ontario wine.
Okay. The woman inside was very nice, and she made this recommendation for the Wayne Gretzky Baco Noir with Ontario-only grapes. So it's not a blend, it's Ontario, which if you've never seen that commercial for Ontario Place, then you don't know that that's how we say Ontario in Ontario, okay? If you are going to a liquor store, you might say to your buds, hey bud, gonna stop over at the LC for a 2-4 and a Mickey. So you're gonna let it rip with my friends this weekend, okay? Okay.
We can just park right here and we can plug in the van right there. Look at all the electrical hookups right in the middle.
My friend, join me for the most Canadian monument you will ever see in all of your times of life.
Oh, it's a toonie. That's the biggest toonie I've ever seen in my life. And for everybody who doesn't know what a toonie is, it's $2, but it's not a bill, it's a coin. So Canadians love their coins. They have a lot of coins. And like, you might be building up so many coins and you think, oh, this can't be a lot of money. But then there's literally $2 and $1 coins. So it could be a lot of money.
You have the loonie, which is a oneer. And then you have the toonie, which is a tour.
A tour?
A tour.
Why not just a 2? Is there a 3 and a 4?
There could be if you want. You know, I didn't think we'd be doing so many bridges today, but here we are, second bridge. Let's go. Can I tell you a funny story about this toonie?
Oh.
My mom said she came to try to find it, but she couldn't find it.
What? How did you not, Shirley?
She was like, I looked everywhere, I couldn't find it.
Shirley, you did not look everywhere, because it is right there. I would say you can't miss it, but obviously Shirley did. They erected this in 1996.
Been erect since 1996?
Yeah, for the Queen. It's been erect for the Queen since
Not you.
I mean, it's been erect for the Queen since 1996. Look.
You know why it's 1996?
Why?
Because that's the first year that the coin was introduced. I was actually alive when the toonie became a thing. And I remember like getting a toonie and being like, wow, this is so neat.
So this is a big deal?
So much more double than a 1.
So this is like a pickle. It's a big deal for you.
It's a big deal. Look at that big ass toonie.
It's pretty big.
Pretty big.
What do you think it's made of?
It's made of steel and fiberglass and is an iconic roadside attraction standing at 27 feet tall and weighing 2,000 pounds. It was erected in 2001 to honor the local artist Brent Townsend, who designed the polar bear image on the back of the coin.
Hey, look, we just walked that bridge.
A giant $2 coin. Do you think it's only worth $2? It should be worth more than $2.
It's definitely worth more than $2.
Yeah, just the scrap metal alone would be worth more than $2. The lifespan of a coin is 20 times longer than a bill.
Oh.
So that's why they made them into coins. That makes sense. They're trying to be resourceful and have things last a long time. I could respect that.
That's why you read the boards when you go places, say. Ambleford has a couple more hot spots.
Is that in this town?
Yeah, we're gonna walk to it right now.
Perfect.
So we don't have to get back in the car and try to force Everly in her car seat. What a nightmare. We're learning how to travel with the baby. It's better to like put her into a big drive so that maybe she could fall asleep rather than trying to do a bunch of little drives, because
It's like, get her back in the car seat, get her out of the car seat, get her back in the car seat, get her out of the car seat. It's like, whoa.
I'll tell you, it's no fun.
No, and he's driving. He just has to listen. He said to me, there's a lot of noises. And I'm like,
I said, I don't know if because Paco was crying, she was crying, music was on, the Jeep, 2 GPSs. I was just like, stop. You know, a lot of our stuff is very happy, very, you know, like fun. And it is fun. But we also deal with things that are like annoying. We get pressed for our patience quite often, but we always find the good parts of it that pull us out of those moments.
yeah, and I feel like the moments are very few and far between. Great, close your eyes.
They're close. Well,
Okay.
just like don't walk me into like a bill. Okay.
I'm gonna tell you to open your eyes and you're gonna read the sign.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Voted sweetest bakery in Canada. Donkers Bakery? Is that how you say it? Donkers? Oh, it's
D-O-O.
Donors. Is that an H or a K?
H.
Oh, it looks like a K.
It's Doers.
Doers.
Or maybe it's Dohers.
I think it's Doers.
Or maybe it's Dooher.
Definitely do her.
Doohers Bakery.
It's not like that.
Oh, they have an official butter tart sign.
But I know everything's good.
Yeah, I'm sure. You just told me like the donuts here are.
That's what everyone I know comes from.
Yeah.
Interesting. How do you say the name of the bakery? Doers. Doers. We were close.
Yeah, we were pretty close. Do her. So we got chocolate butter tarts because they didn't have plain. So we're gonna give that a go. First timers here.
Look, you're paying with your toonies.
I decided I had to eat the donut. I have to say, it's damn good. Look at a lot of filling.
That's a lot of food.
Oh my gosh.
Finding things to do in winter in Canada requires a little bit more planning than in the summer. Because of the cold, you only want to be outside for so long, but we also don't want to be cooped up in the van all day. It's definitely harder than van life in warmer weather, but we're still enjoying ourselves. And thankfully, we've got a good crew in sunny.
We picked up a couple groceries. My goodness, it's expensive.
Oof.
Holy bananas.
This grocery shop was $141.
I didn't even think we got that much food.
No, this is $10.
Oh, you bought a $10 thing of pistachio.
$10,
You
yeah.
stuck that in there.
Yeah, I told you I was getting that.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Frank's new thing is like, I told you that. And I'm like, no, you didn't. And then
Listen.
he's like, yeah, we talked about it. And I'm like, when did that happen?
You know
and
when
he's like,
they-
I told you.
You know when they talk about selective hearing? Alex has totally selective hearing of what I say now.
Not that I would have told him to put the pistachios back by any means, but this is definitely a pricey shop.
Mr. Paco.
We did get a couple of things that are like pre-cooked, so we didn't have to deal with it.
The way you get her into that chair is you trick her with berries, babe. Look, she's already in the berries.
How did you do that?
She knows how to open it.
She literally took those out of the fridge and opened them. But thank gosh we made a stop at World's Finest Chocolate and got 3 for free when you bought 1 brick of milk chocolate.
Guess how much one was?
Well, I know. You guess. The world's finest. Only in Canada, right?
She won't be.
Whoa, that's a snowbank. Check this shit out.
It's basically like a normal step out now. I got chocolate butter tarts, a bottle of wine, and hold on, I just want to make sure that I don't think I have the keys on me. So I gotta go back inside for those.
Well, I'm gonna go inside. We're gonna have a nice night with our friends with all our Canadian treats.
Yeah, this is exactly how the party went down. There was a DJ and everything.
We had an amazing time with our friends last night, just catching up and enjoying some cozy nights in.
But we did not try those butter tarts yet, so stay tuned for that.
Because first, we have to eat a hearty meal. Because Canada's pretty good at those.
You need food in your belly before you put the sweets down your mouth.
Welcome to Orillia, Ontario, also known as Sunshine City, because in the summer, you'll find this area booming with fun seekers looking to escape Toronto for a weekend at the lake. It's the birthplace of Gordon Lightfoot and the location of one of Canada's oldest folk music festivals. And with all of that tourism comes delicious, fancy food.
Right now we're at a restaurant called Rustica, which is known for its pizza, so we're gonna have to see if it passes the New York flop test. I'm excited.
It smells good. I did take like a little teeny tiny steal of Everly's. The crust is very nice. So that tells me the pizza is most likely going to be delicious. Definitely is not going to have the flop like New York pizza because of the shape of it. Oh yeah, that's good. That's loaded.
Frank, what would you rate the restaurant?
I would rate the restaurant a 9 out of 10. Atmosphere was beautiful, people were awesome, and the food was phenomenal.
I'm gonna be tasting garlic for the rest of the day, which is a good thing in my books.
That was the best pizza I've ever had in Canada.
Wow, that's saying a lot.
Yeah, that is saying a lot.
It's cold. I don't think that I'm prepared for winter yet because it feels so cold outside, and I know that it's only floating around 0 right now, but for some reason I'm like chilled to the bone. We've come into Mariposa Market to warm up and also pick up another sweet little treat.
Mariposa Market is a mainstay of historic downtown Aurelia. The building it's in is over 100 years old, but the store opened in 1987. And I personally have memories of coming here as a child with my family to enjoy sweet treats. It's a must visit when you're in town.
I found another butter tart. I think we're only in the game for an individual one right now. So. All right, how much do we owe you for the one? I think the snow is coming right now.
The winter sleet is coming down, so we gotta get back to the van.
We gotta get to a place to stay for the night so we don't have to drive in the sleet.
We're staying at a place tonight that we actually used to stay at all the time. And I don't know what happened. I think when we went to Mexico and Central America, it just wasn't really an option.
Yeah.
But now we're getting back in the swing of things, guys. Van Life Canada, let's go.
Oh, it's snowing. I have an RV that I want to park. Do I just have to go and like register it or something?
Not gonna worry about it.
Okay, cool.
If you're gonna be here for more than 3 days, I'll just come back and let us know.
Nah, yeah. But if we are, I'll definitely let you guys know. Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate you. We don't even have to register because it's the winter time. And I scored a Canadian lighter because we need to be able to light our stove to be able to cook tea or coffee or food even. Thank you.
Hi. Ooh, it's cold out there. Ooh, now we can cook things Canadian style. Nice.
You gotta go closer. You must blew yourself up, babe.
I'm not very good at this.
You just gotta go closer to it, that's all.
We're gonna try one of these butter tarts. The chocolate ones from Doers that we went to yesterday.
I wonder if they do it right.
Doer, I hardly even know her. So these ones seem to be very full of filling with a little bit less crusty.
Can we share one?
Yes.
I'm very full right now.
Frank wasn't ready for dessert, but here's the thing. Everly goes to bed at 7 o'clock. Her bed takes up the entire space of the living room, and all of the lights have to go off.
Yeah.
So, now or never. Oh, it's gooey. Cheers.
Cheers.
The chips are still very chippy.
It's very chocolatey. It's good, but it's... If you've had a butter tart before, it's a little weird because of the chocolate.
Yeah. I think I'm a plain or a nut gal for sure. We're gonna get Everly ready for bed, set up her crib, and then have a very quiet night here at the Casino Rama.
We still have like this whole walk area. We could technically get up there and go in, or get up here and go in. So we still have a way out.
It's still better than our Florida trip when we had that bike, because you couldn't get rid of the bike. At least the pack and play packs away. Another thing that I had to make sure that Frank got while we were in Canada.
Tim's.
Timmy Ho.
Timmy's.
Tim Hortons.
Everybody comes here for a double-double. I'm not getting one of those.
I'm not getting one of those either. A double-double is, I think it's 2 creams and 2 sugars.
Too much cream and too much sugar for me.
But we are gonna get a little something. Are you stoked?
I'm pretty stoked. Had Timmy's a couple times. Not my favorite.
I think we all kind of know that it's not great, but it's everywhere.
Co-founded by Canadian hockey legend, Tim Hortons are as iconic to Canada as hockey itself.
One thing that I do like at Tim's is the Timbits. That's the good stuff.
Yeah, we did. That's okay.
That's all right.
We don't mind
We don't
taking
mind
our
at all.
time.
We're never in a rush. That's the thing, you know? It's one of the keys to life, I think.
We've had enough sweets the last couple of days.
Yeah, we definitely did. So no Timbits today, but that's one thing I like here.
You know why also? We still have another butter tart to eat.
Oh, no.
Can I please have a small London fog?
I'm gonna get the
Blackberry and
blackberry yuzu, whatever it is.
With lemonade or sparkling water?
Lemonade.
So another funny thing in Canada, they got rid of the penny a while back, So that was technically $6.48. I gave her $6.50 and I didn't get any change.
No 2 pennies.
No, so I guess it's like if you're under 3, then you'd get a 5 back. I don't know, something like that.
Well, I think if we would have only had 45 cents, she would have took it and been like, okay, no problem.
Right, yeah.
So just one way or the other.
Yeah,
so,
you catch it on one side and you lose it on the other, but most people credit or debit anyway, so you pay exact every time. But if you're paying with cash, sometimes you lose a couple cents.
I normally gain it because I always give them the left side.
You're smarter than me.
Hey, you know, I'm not gonna say that, but you know. We've just spent a ton of time on our phones trying to figure out places to park, where we could even be. Canada, you're freaking difficult.
I think in the summer it's easier because the campgrounds are open. Is that really the only difference? More trailheads are open, more stuff is open generally, more tourism is open.
Winter comes and you can't park on the street anymore. These different things come in effect, and I understand why, because they need to be able to plow the roads, you know?
There is a fair bit of wild camping, but because it's winter, our solar system isn't really bringing in any solar. The cloud cover is just 100%.
We're getting like 2 watts right now.
What would be like good?
98 watts to 150 watts would be good because we have a 200 watt panel.
And we're getting 2.
1% of our panel.
Eventually we're gonna need to plug in. So we could technically find a boondocking spot, but then we wouldn't be able to plug in. So like last night at the casino, we had a spot, but we couldn't plug in.
Did ask a Boondocker's welcome spot that was in the area where we're going if we could park there, and they immediately denied us.
Yeah, so one still hasn't responded, and the other one immediately said no. The other thing is that most of them don't have any availability for the winter. They probably only allow boondocking in the summer. Dance in the club. Dance in the club, baby club, baby club.
Another aspect to this is Ontario. I don't know if it's all of Canada, but Ontario specifically, you're not supposed to park anywhere except for an RV park.
That means technically it's illegal to be in our camper anywhere that's not a campground, but no campgrounds are open.
Now, will they actually give you a ticket or anything like that? Who knows? It depends on the situation and or the officers, possibly.
I wonder if they just want the option to be able to kick you out.
Yeah.
Technically, sleeping at the Casino Rama last night was illegal.
Even though they allow it.
And even actually sleeping at friends' houses is illegal. But on our Instagram story that we were looking for somewhere in between Aurelia and Collingwood that we could park up and plug in for the night. Luckily, some fellow van lifers reached out. Actually, it was kind of a rigmarole. Our friends reached out to our friends, reached out to our friends. And we've got a place to stay. We're gonna head over there now. We got another mooch docking opportunity.
So far, our first impressions of winter van life in Canada are a mixed bag. First, we have to give a huge thank you to Joanne and Andre from the Vanbergs and Jamie and Lisa from Van de Groot for helping us secure this spot for the night. We love the van life community in Canada, which is strong even in the winter when most of them drive south. And even though we're having fun exploring our backyard, being in Sunny the Sunraider in the winter is definitely more challenging than in the summer. It's got me dreaming about winter van life in Mexico, where we wouldn't have to work so hard to find a camp spot. Sunny is doing amazing, but it's definitely a bit of a drag when it's so cold outside and illegal to park everywhere.
Scott and Sarah are awesome. We've been hanging out inside for the last couple of hours, just catching up. Everly's running amok in there, so she's having a great time. And I'm just gonna grab a couple of things to make dinner tonight. This is pretty perfect. We've turned the heat pretty much down in here. When we come back later, we'll crank it before we go to bed. So we're saving propane. We're hooked up to the electrical. And we're having a wonderful afternoon, evening with some really cool people.
The van to fit that. And then next thing you know, we got a rack on the back and put the bikes on the back. We
had a lovely stay with Scott and Sarah. Thank you guys so much for your hospitality. As you can see, we are freshly showered and ready for the next adventure.
You ready? Yeah? I got a dog and a baby now on my lap.
It's very sticky. Fills your whole mouth.
I'm excited for this because I love caramel. And I've never had a caramel butter tart. Wow.
Even though winter van life is hard, we still love life on the road and have more winter adventures coming your way.
Guys, I was viciously attacked